I can take a little stuff, phone in the rest of the shit, and I'll look just as good as you guys. Okay, good luck. I'll buy your stuff for a year. Let's get you on it.
Can I get off and boost my T levels naturally, not being on because I'm tired of doing this?
Arnold 75, he's still in the gym, full range of motion, behind the neck press, behind the neck pull down. I want to be the greatest Mr. Olympia of all time. Okay, but you know, Arnold's a good one to watch for me. Arnold 75, he's still in the gym, full range of motion, behind the neck press, behind the neck pull downs, good body, still active as anything, still rides his bike every day. I don't see 75-year-olds doing that much. It's only the guys that have lifted through a lifetime. Answer these questions for me. Why are they using stuff from 30 years ago instead of today?
Because they looked better then than they do now. I mean, that's the truth.
Well, couldn't they look relative? Tom Cruise uses stuff from today.
Yeah. Well,
Brad Pitt uses stuff from today.
And it's more marketable to use your current stuff than it is old stuff, because I think people know. Like, everyone always asks me, when was this picture taken? And I'm like, today this picture was taken. Like the photo that I sent you yesterday was yesterday.
Saying that aren't true. No, people do not believe that. People don't believe that you should use today's photos. They want to see 30 years ago and say, I can be like that, regardless of what he looks like now. I think they bypass that, because Clark Bartram would be the person I'd look at and go, this is questionable. Is this today? Yeah, it is. God, it looks like you 30 years ago. Yeah. That to me is impressive, but they don't do this. Society doesn't do that. Can you guys agree with me on that? Society looks at the guy 30 years ago and goes, I'm good with that. He looked good for a day. I don't care if that was 1825. He looked good. I'm good with that guy. And I'm like, no, go look at Clark. Go look at Robbie. They're living a lifetime of this health. No?
It's you know, it's hard for me to wrap my head around that, because that's just not how I think. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to lower my standards.
I get it. I understand that. But again, I know you, and so I know that unless I wake up every morning at 3 or 4 and try really, really hard, I'm going to get crushed by you. And so I get up every morning. Stan Efferdin, same way. I get up. I know Gavin's up every day, train, but I know I have to push it to the extreme, even to be in your ballpark. But these people out there are like, I can take a little stuff, phone in the rest of the shit, and I'll look just as good as you guys. Okay, good luck. I'll buy your stuff for a year. Let's get you on it.
I saw a kid in the gym this morning that was phenomenal, man. He was probably 6'1", 6'2", perfect physique shape, strong as hell. I was going to go over and do a Zoom call with you real quick. I'd never seen this kid in the gym before. And he looked to me like he was a natural guy, just with a great physique, a lot of work, like a former college athlete just coming out of that. So it gave me hope for what is possible with people, because that's what I want to look at, right? I don't want to focus on these people who look at us and diminish the work that we do, because the work that we do has been, it's been documented. Like, it's literally documented.
There's no arguing this.
Yeah, so all we have is evidence to prove that we're doing nothing but getting better. Like, I look at, like the other day when we were Gold's training, I'm like, dude, you need to take that damn cover down, because where you look now compared to that, you look soft in that thing. So how is it possible that you continue to get better? And the average ignorant person is going to chalk it up to trend or whatever. And it's just, the human body, as much as it is resilient, it's only resilient for so long. You can only hide stuff for so long. You can only get away with so much. Drinking is a good example. You drink too much too long, stuff starts shutting down. It doesn't work the way it did. Things start showing up differently in the way you look. You did a comparison between me and a 30-year-old guy or a 40-year-old guy the other day, and I saw that guy actually on an entire, and I'm like, oh my God, this dude looks horrible. That's a steroid body right there. That's gross. I never want that.
Did you see why I posted that? It's not about the body itself.
The face.
And somebody responded to the question and goes, so what does a healthy 40-year-old look like? I go, okay, that's just the dumbest response I've ever seen. Because what do you think a 40-year-old should look like? Clear eyes, healthy skin.
Yeah.
You're 40. How do you look so beaten like you lived in the 1800s? It's like you got Clark over here that's a handsome fella, and it still looks like, I mean, I get that you've taken care of yourself from an early start, but that's what they miss. It's like the other guy jumped on some stuff, got really freaky, and then plopped up in the industry, and they're like, cool, this is great. What's great about it? I mean, first of all, visually, I'll take a Brad Pitt in Fight Club, Tom Cruise in this latest movie where is Tom same age as you or a year younger?
He's a year older.
Just, man, is he a pinnacle. Just has his shirt off with 20-year-olds, Hollywood 20-year-olds, so they're already better looking than the average, on the beach doing a football game. I'm like, they don't realize that guy's the age of grandparents and moving and grooving like he does. It's like, I don't know why society doesn't look at that and go, holy cow, I can be a lot better. I can be a lot better. And again, you and I both support a body that is unhealthy because of what's going on inside of it. And that's why we say, get your blood work. Be healthy. Be healthy. And I wish these young kids would hear that, because they get this. And you and me, man, did we not want to win? Talking about blood work. That right there, friends, is the proof of Clark Bartram's blood work. And don't worry, it's not low. It's extremely high. And guess what? It's natty. So again,
on video, verified by a doctor who wanted to suss me out. He wanted to say, this guy's on something, because he had no idea who I was prior to doing my blood work. And when he saw it, he's like, oh, a nearly 60-year-old guy, he has to be on something. So he went deeper in and looked at the markers in the blood that, unless I was some mad scientist, that there's no way around. So you could hire anybody you want in the world. And why would I do that? It's the same thing as my football shots. People go, you edited that shot. I'm like, no, I stayed out here for 3 hours and threw that ball.
I got to ask you the most honest question I could possibly think of right in this second. Hypothetically saying you're 59 almost, if you had a T level of 200, 250, would you get on something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Why don't people understand that?
Yes. And that's what people say to me. Why do you hate it so much? Where did I say I hate it? Where did I say I don't do? Where did I say don't do it? When I say
there's not one video anywhere where you say that, and there's not one video of me saying I said that, which is funny because they just instantly go, "Oh, you're that side, so you don't want to go this side." Hell no, I never said that. There's not one thing in print that says I said that. I just want to make a decision to see how far I can push myself if I didn't have to do that. That's all it is. And then also on top of it, it's again, you and I believe in health and athletics, and we don't want to do anything to rupture any kind of connective tissue.
So here's the other data that I've accumulated over the years in working with men. The amount of men that have reached out to me after they saw me on TikTok or Instagram or somewhere saying you can boost your T levels naturally, and I show them proof, like this most recent Reels video where the guy went up 200 or 400 points. I can't remember how much it was. But anyway, the amount of men that ask me, can I get off and boost my T levels naturally, not being on because I'm tired of doing this? I'm tired of putting a needle. That's why I didn't start anything too soon. One, I didn't need it. Two, I don't want to be jabbing myself with a needle every day or 3 times a week or for the rest of my life. That gets old. So like you just said, I'm going to put it off as long as possible. But when I need it, when I don't feel as good as I do right now, I will then apply it with the right people. Most people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Even if they have a clinic, even if they have a MD in front of their name, they don't know what they're saying.
They're making it. The one thing that you and I agree on is if you need to do it, please do it. Please meet a doctor, get your blood work done. If you don't need to do it, especially you youngsters, if you're trying to do it for a sport or something, Man, all I can say is that it's going to be a short ride if you do. And it's unfortunate because you have such a beautiful life ahead of you. Time's money, man. It's and that short-sighted of if I could be a pro at this, that, or the other thing, if I just get on it, that's a short-lived thing, and you're setting yourself up to fail much later in life.
So young kids that Mike's talking to right now, do yourself a favor and go to YouTube and look up Lyle Alzado. You probably never heard of him, but look him up. Mike knew him from Gold's Gym back in the day. He was one of the nastiest NFL players ever to walk on a field. And to the end of his life, he sits there and he talks about his involvement with performance-enhancing drugs to be better on the field. And he will tell every single person that watches that video, it's not worth it. If I could do it all over again, it didn't change who I was on that field as much as I was just a savage. And I wanted to be more of a savage. But the savagery that came compared to the devastation that it caused wasn't worth it. Go look up Lyle Alzado.
Yeah, Lyle was a beast of a human, but that's a great one. Again, we're talking to those kids that are deciding to do it when your body's working well. If your body is not working well, you'll know that because of the blood test that you do. Go get it done, and then decide with a doctor and your family and your significant other what the best option is. But again, understand this. We are not against it at all. And we think that if your body's not functioning well, do something, whatever that can be. But again, like Clark said, first, the stress level, the community you're around, your mindset, nutrition, proper sleep, proper hydration. There's a lot of stuff to do prior to the final steps. And again, I think Clark and I agree on this, is that baby stepping. You don't need to go ground zero to 100. So there's a lot of things that you guys can do. Again, I know Clark can't say it, but I need to say it. Clark posts photos and videos of what he looks like today. He can post photos and videos of what he looked like 40 years ago.
I look better today than I did then. I could take my shirt off right now and shoot a cover today.
Well, that means that you and I need to redo our Raf Dahan. Was it Raf Dahan?
Yep.
We got to redo that thing and put that up to show society what we looked like 30 years ago and what we look like today.
Yeah. I'll get a hold of that.
Monday,
I've been reaching out to him.
We're going to sit down with Frank Zane, one of the greatest that ever, one of the top 10 greatest to ever do this, and sit down with him and talk to him about what's possible, what's not possible.
Beautiful.
And in the meantime, Clark, if you got any extra tren, please get that over to me. I used up all of Mona's. Love you, kid.
Love you too, man. See you.
Goodbye. Send
bye,
news.
Mona. Bye-bye. Peace.
What's your guys' take? What's your take? Should you, first of all, try it for a couple years of eating right, sleeping right, training right? Or just get on the shit?
Just go straight.
It looks like I'm going to sponsor Jeff and Serge and just get them on shit right now. Get them jacked out of their minds. Jeff's in there salivating right now.
He's taking that off.
He wants to look purple. You guys have a good day. I'm out.